Hey, good morning, YouTube. This is Mike with Northwest Adventures, and I got Danny and Bella with Gigi Freshie Boy. If you haven't followed my page or theirs, go ahead and follow our YouTube's. Link will be in the description below. Today, we have a special challenge that we're doing. We are in the Blue Mountains on the Washington side in the Toucan area. We are actually not in the Toucan campground. We were out more in the National Forest area in our own just kind of piece of land that we've turned into a camp spot. Last night got really cold. It was below freezing and the ground is still really wet. Just show you here. You can see it frosted over. Everything is still pretty wet. Pretty grassy. We have kind of a cool setup though. The campground itself was entirely full by the time we got up here, and so we had to dry camp, which we love to dry camp anyways, in our own spot, kind of in the middle of nowhere. And so the challenge that we have today is this. Danny and Bella both love to be in the outdoors. And one of the biggest struggles of being in the outdoors is getting a fire started in wet weather conditions. So again, last night below freezing, it frosted over. I got up pretty early. I had the advantage of using a lighter and materials to start a fire. But the challenge that I am putting out to them, and the winner gets $25, is to build a fire off of 10 minutes of supplies that they're going to go and get out of just the surrounding area right here, okay? So they're gonna have 10 minutes to go out, get what they're going to use to build a fire, okay? They're gonna come back, and right here on this wet ground, they're going to build a fire using either a knuckle striker or a ferro rod. Now, what do you guys think? Are you excited?
Yes.
All right, why do you want to do this?
Good learning experience.
Okay, and practice, right?
Practice. Yeah.
I mean, you don't know. I mean, one day you might be in a situation where it's you and you're dependent on yourself. You've bugged out for whatever reason. You've gotten out of town. You're in nature. You've set up camp. You're off grid. Now you've got to do it. You've got to build a fire, right? Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do is ask my wonderful, beautiful wife to grab her phone and set the timer to 10 minutes. I'm going to have her bring that over. When she hits start, Danny, Bella, you guys, you're going to take off. You're going to run into any of that area. You're going to have 10 minutes. Stay where I can yell for you, okay?
Okay.
And you're going to come back and you're going to get your fire started. I'm going to have the flint rod and the knuckle striker out.
Okay.
All right, when mom says go, you guys ready?
Yep.
On your marks, get set, go. Yeah, you can cross the road. Go, 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 go. Bella going for some mossy limbs. Smart, off the ground. Excellent fire starter. Great choice. Danny went to the ground. I'm not sure if that's a good choice. Everything on the ground is still pretty wet. We'll see what he can get going though. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, YouTube. While the twins are out gathering their supplies for the fire starting challenge, let me show you what I brought up with me for this weekend. And this is what I used to start this fire this morning. Kind of some of the wood that we've got along the way, and then I bought some wood before we came up. So yeah, but right here I build these. These are super easy, and these are kind of a fun DIY. So that's just lint from the dryer, right? Everybody has lint, and that is a toilet roll just cut in half. You pack that, and it's very easy. You can take your flint, build your tinder bundle around the roll here, and then you can use your flint to just get a spark on that lint, and it goes gangbusters, especially in wet weather. Now this is very important. I put everything in plastic bags to keep it dry. The other kit I brought up is a little bit more technical, I would say. This is something that is more used, I won't say old school. If I can get this bag open. Oh, here they come. Oh, looks like they've got some good stuff. Let's see what they've got so far. Well, looking good, looking good. You guys just pick a spot right here. Danny's already kind of got a spot going right there. Okay. All right. And Tiffany, how are we looking on time?
5 minutes and 30 seconds.
You guys got 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go get more supplies for your fire, okay? Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going. Go get more, go get more. All right. So anyways, back to this kit. So this is traditional rope. Okay, this is just traditional fiber rope. It's dry, and what I like to do is just roll it until it becomes literally a little bird's nest in your hand. And then inside here, I have my little knuckle striker, which if you guys do any videos, you know doing videos one-handed is amazing. All right, there it is. So I have some char paper, which is 100% cotton that I've pre-burnt, not burnt all the way that it actually breaks down. And then I've got more of that fiber rope in there, that cord. And I went ahead, just for the sake of time, that's what it looks like when you break it down. It's dry, which is very important, especially in this wet weather that we're in right now. And then this is the knuckle striker. Okay, so I take this with a rock and I just strike against it, right? And what happens is, see if I can get this, just strike against it. It sparks a flame into the bird's nest, which is underneath your tinder bundle, and it works really well. So we'll see how the kids do. Their options are going to be the flint or the knuckle striker without the tinder. So I'm not going to let them use the rope. I'm not going to let them use the char paper, and I'm not going to let them use any of the TP roll with the lint. They have to use what they find out here to get this fire started. Stay tuned. We'll see how they do. All right, Danny, you still have time. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You've got about a minute. You're going to go ahead and start building? 1 minute. All right, guys, you've got 1 minute. Do you need anything else, or do you have everything you need?
I think I got everything I need.
Bella, how you looking? All right, 1 minute, and then you guys, 45 seconds. All right, 45 seconds till you start striking. Now, how we're gonna do this is the first one to get the fire started will win the challenge, okay? So the first one to get the fire started wins the challenge. I've got the knuckle striker with the rock, and I've got the flint. You guys can take turns using both. Just pick one.
Okay, well, which one do you want?
15 seconds. 15 seconds. All right, count it down, guys. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, stop. Stand up. Hands up. I'm going to start with Bella. Bella, let's go ahead and look at what you've got going here. Talk me through the process of getting materials for this.
I just got a bunch of wood with moss on it because it's flammable.
Okay, so a bunch of wood with moss on it because it's flammable. Okay, and are you going to start with the ferro rod or the knuckle striker?
Knuckle striker.
Okay, perfect. Well, it looks good. Talk to me about how you formed this up.
I just
How
thought
you?
of a bird nest, and I thought if I put it in the middle, it'll light the wood on fire.
Okay, so you created kind of a bird's nest, you said? Perfect. All right, well, over to Danny. Danny, let's look at yours. So this is what you're actually using right here. But this is part of your supplies?
Well, I can't use this because I didn't put it in within
Okay.
the time.
Okay. All right. So Danny, talk me through what it was like in 10 minutes to gather supplies to build a fire. How wet is it out here?
It's pretty wet. This morning when we got up, there was frost everywhere. So right now it's probably melted and everything's pretty wet.
Okay. Well, let's look at this. Let's go ahead and take a look. All right. So talk us through what you got going on here.
I sort of went with a Jenga. I put 2 down and then crossed it over now. And I put, I don't know what you want to call them, but twigs in the middle.
Okay. Twigs in the middle.
Uh-huh.
All right, so Bella's going with a knuckle striker, which means you've got the flint first. So go ahead and grab that. All right, YouTube, stay tuned. We're gonna do the first part of this. It's gonna be Danny with the ferro rod and Bella with the knuckle striker. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, so YouTube, we are back again. Bella has the knuckle striker. Bella, show us what do you got there. Okay, put it on your knuckles. Show us how to use it. Okay, and Danny, what do you have?
I have a flint,
Ferro rod.
ferro rod.
Flint rod.
Flint rod, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
You want me to?
Yep, show us how to use it. Okay, ooh, already got some sparks there. All right. On my mark, you guys will go, and the first one to get a fire wins. 3, 2, go. Bells, how's it going?
Not good.
Is that pretty hard?
Yes.
Take a lot of practice, you think, to use that?
Yes.
Okay. Danny, I see you throwing some sparks. How's that going?
Good, but it's not actually going to light.
So let me, one of the things I noticed when you were gathering materials, keep going, is that you went for a lot of stuff off the ground and it's very wet. So you're throwing sparks and that's great, but if the material you're throwing them into is wet, it's not gonna light. So what I liked about Bella's approach was she went to the trees. She got a lot of this sort of like goat beard, mossy looking stuff, which is typically pretty dry, and she's using that for her bird's nest. Danny, you went with pine needles, and pine needles are great during the warmer months, during the drier months, but it is the end of May, and it was freezing cold and wet last night. So we'll see. We'll see if you can get it going.
But let me know when you want to switch.
I need to switch.
If you guys want to change,
Sure.
switch, you guys can switch.
This is the size that I already. I don't know how
Wait, Danny, which way do I make this? Danny.
long. The back of the
Sure.
further down. The back.
All right, stay tuned for more. We will see who wins. All right, so we're starting again. They've traded. Danny's got the knuckle striker. Danny, what do you like about the knuckle striker?
It's sort of easy to use.
Sort of easy. We'll see. Ambitious. And Bella, what do you like about the flints or the
This one's
ferro
a lot
rod?
easier to use than that one.
It's easier to use? All right, we'll see. You guys show me. Let's see. Right here, we've got the twin off. See who can get the fire started first.
We need a lot of like sparks, but nothing.
All right, let me ask you guys something.
Yes.
Could you get a fire started?
Yes.
You think, okay, Danny, you say yes. Bella, you say no. Danny, why could you get a fire started? You tell me first.
I could get fire started because if I had some more time, I could gather some more drier resources.
Okay.
And I could have more time with that, the ferro rod.
Okay. And Bella, you said no, so why would you say no?
Because I'm not good with the knuckle.
You're not good with the knuckle strike, but you're getting sparks with the ferro rod.
This is not.
So you think if you had enough time, you could?
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Is there something you wish you had? Do you wish you had something different that you would use? What would you use? What would you want right now?
Okay.
A lighter.
A lighter, okay. Not a lighter. You're still going to have to use one of the two.
I want
What do you want?
it's flint stuff that we got from the dryer.
Okay, so you want some of the lint?
Yes, the lint.
All right, Tiffany, go ahead and bring Danny one of the lint rollers. Okay, I don't have that. You can have the bird's nest that I made from the rope, from that cordage.
I'll take that one. I'll take the goat.
You want the cordage rope?
I want the
I don't know
goat.
what that is. This is one I made
Okay,
from the tree.
I'll take that one.
so we've got a little bird's nest here
Out of
that
moss.
this is made from moss. My wife Tiffany, she just made that. It's dry. Awesome bird's nest, Tiff. Great job. And then Danny, you chose the lint
Lint,
roller,
yes.
the TP. Okay.
It's better to start it off somewhere else and then breathe into it and then put it on top
That's
of
what
the
I was
fire.
gonna do.
So if it were me, guys, I would take, and this is a perfect example. You see this kind of V shape, how there's all this air right here, and it's off the ground? That's gonna allow perfect airflow. So I would set the lint roller right there, okay?
Okay.
Just right in between there, okay?
Okay.
And I would throw sparks into that, then I would pick it up and place it underneath the pine needles, okay?
Okay.
Now, Bella, with the goat's nest, with the goat's beard bird's nest, I would actually keep it right there. Yep, that's a perfect spot. So let's see if you guys can get it going with some dry materials, some pre-thought out. I'm going into the wild. I need to have fire starter. You guys go for it.
Said we could start.
Well, you want to switch?
No, I'm good.
So she's gonna get it first.
I'm going to give you 30 more seconds with the tool that you have, and then we're going to trade again. So get it done with the tool you've got, or we're trading.
No. What's wrong with you, Dookie? Oh, I thought she got it. You?
So, fun fact, last night there was a cougar about a half a mile from here, and a group of hikers stopped us and said, hey, just keep your eyes open. There's a cougar nearby. And so we've just been kind of paying attention to that. And it's always important whenever you're out in nature to be aware. This is their home. This is where they live. And, you know, we don't want to do any harm, but we also want to be safe ourselves. So, all right, guys, change up.
Bella, stop.
All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, so we just traded. And here's the deal. We are getting ready to start. So go ahead and start. Get started. If they can't get a fire started, my wife and I are going to take, totally randomized. They're going to pick a number between 1 and 10 and decide which setup we get, which tools we get, and we're going to compete to see who starts the fire first. My wife Tiffany is a great fire starter as well. And so stay tuned. It looks like we've got some good sparks flying here. Let's see what we got going. Bella, how's it coming with the knuckle striker?
It's only small sparks.
Small sparks still start fires. You can do it. Don't quit.
Dookie.
You can do it. It just takes time. Now let me ask you guys. You've been doing this for about 10 minutes, okay? And it took about 10 minutes to gather. How easy is it to start fire? Don't quit, Bella. How easy is it?
Not easy.
Okay. So is it better to be prepared or to be just out there winging it?
Prepared.
And that's
Oh.
why. What do we got? What do we got?
It's almost like a sparkler.
All right, Danny, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna give it fuel? Don't turn it upside down. Okay, now put pine needles on it. People, I think we might have our first fire.
Well, don't give up.
Go ahead, Bella.
Keep going, Bells.
I'm not gonna. I don't get any sparks.
Okay. Now I would put lots of pine needles on there, buddy. And then slowly twigs. So guys, I think we have a winner. We'll see. We will see. It looks like Danny may have gotten a fire started.
I hit my neck.
How's it feel?
Hopefully. It might have just died.
Nope.
I have a feeling he just died.
Blow on it. Blow underneath it. Blow underneath it. No, not on top. Blow underneath. There you go. Bella, he doesn't have it yet. Keep going. Don't quit. Don't quit. All right, it's not over yet. We had what looked like close to a fire.
Are we gonna swap tools yet?
Well, it hasn't even been a minute.
At this point, I'm just beating her off.
Ooh, that's detrimental. That could be detrimental if you knock over your tender like that, Danny.
Push up some more. So
I'd breathe into it.
A chunk of
Me
the rock
personally.
came off.
And that's just basic river rock, by the way. Nothing special, just river rock.
Things fell.
Bella, don't quit. All right, I tell you what,
Can we swap?
time to swap.
What? It hasn't even been like 2 minutes.
Time to swap. All right, Danny. Let's go, Bella, let's go. You're on the clock. Danny's got smoke, but can he get fire?
It smells like coffee.
So, Bella, the key with that is put your thumb against the back. There you go. And just push hard so you get a nice grate. There you go. Now you're throwing some. There you go. Ooh.
If she lights one before me, because we switched so soon.
I got a little bit of smoke.
Yeah, I think it died on me. I saw that smoke on us. So
Keep going then.
I'm gonna try with that one.
Can you guys imagine having to use a bow drill?
No.
thanks.
Okay. I'm going to give you 2 more minutes.
I'm
So
not
at
down
at 7:15, I'm going to stop the challenge, okay? So we're at 5:20 right now. At 7:15, let's go. Let's go. Stop talking. Start working.
Switching ball.
Let's go. Let's go. We're not switching yet. Let's go. Let's go. Gotta work. Gotta work. Keep a positive mindset. It's all about mindset, guys. You got to build a fire to survive, right?
Yeah.
What are the 3 fundamentals?
Shelter, food, and fire.
Nope. Shelter, fire, water.
Water, okay.
Food is number 4. Food is important. Don't get me wrong. I like to eat, but at the end of the day, you need shelter and fire and water to survive. The average person can go 21 days without eating and be just fine. Okay? But if you can't start a fire, you will not survive very long.
How many more minutes do we have?
You got 1 minute and 2 seconds. 1 second.
Stop the switch.
No.
I'll tell you when we're going to switch. Don't worry. So, Danny, on that, speed isn't the issue, okay? You want to hit angles, all right? So, corner to corner where it's sharpest, all right?
That's my favorite.
Bells, again, it's not about speed. Gotta love that look. All right, that is amazing. Coming down to the home stretch. Is someone gonna get it going? Trade now, trade.
Bella,
Go,
we see
trade.
it. Why are you holding it?
Bella, don't cheat. Let's go. Let's go. Get to it. Get to it. Gotta work, Bells. Bells, are you playing with it or are you trying to start a fire?
I don't know how to use it.
All right, and time. I gave you guys a little bit of extra, but good job. All right, stay tuned. Tiff and I are going to let you know which one we're doing here in a minute. All right, bye. Okay, so yes, the twins are deciding who gets what, and it's picked between 1 and 2, and then it's picked between 1 and 2. And this is my wife, Tiffany. Tiffany, how's it going? And so, you guys, when you're ready, Tiff, you go first.
Choose number between 1 and 2.
Or 2.
So Tiff picked 2. Which one's 2?
Balls.
All right, so Tiffany gets Bella's setup. I get Danny's setup.
Number between 1 and 2.
2.
Bella. Or mom. Yeah. Well, mommy gets the flint and steel, and dad gets the knuckle.
Okay, so 2 was the knuckle striker with the rock, so that's what I get. Bella's gonna record. And here we go.
And dad get it done. We got some good sparks over here. Almost had it. Getting some sparks with dad. Oh, we don't use dad batteries. We use like right there, yeah.
She can use whatever she wants to.
Some good sparks by dad and mom.
Let us know when it's time to trade.
Alright. At 2 minutes we'll trade. Oh. 10 seconds. Oh, she won't try it. And switch.
Here.
Mike. I'm cheating.
Where's the smoking?
Can dad get it done?
Yeah, your dad's got it now.
Or you had it in? I know.
I hate this one.
Little think about. Oh, we got a fire with dad.
Kind of flint and steel.
Yeah, but let me get this going first.
Is it smoking? God's is officially gone. Oh, maybe. Yeah, it's gone. We got our first winner. Should have been the winner. Oh, mommy. Starting to have some good smoke.
I had some good smoke. I didn't get to it fast enough. Dad won.
Yeah. I knew Dad was gonna win. As soon as he hit the foul rod, I knew he was gonna win.
That was my only hope.
That's a good looking fire, Dad. Congratulations, you are the winner. I want to try and light Bella.
Okay. So a little bonus, I went ahead and used the flint and started Bella's. And now we're just going to talk about the process of starting fire. And you can see Danny's going to build another one here. He really wants to get that going. But Danny, Bella, why don't you, Bella, go ahead and have a seat there. It's kind of wet, but got a little fire going. Your build was nice. You got some good materials there, Bella. Just so you guys know, we have lots of water. We have 5 gallons of water. We have shovels. We have everything. This is definitely a controlled environment. So we are not out here recklessly starting fires. We are going to put everything out. We love nature. We love being in the wild. And so we love taking care of it as well. When we came out here, there was a bunch of trash. And the first thing we did was pick up all the trash, pick up all the broken glass, and clean up this area so that we could camp here for the next couple of days and do fun things like build fires. Tiffany, thank you. Got the chairs there. You guys want to sit by your fire? Why don't you add some materials to this and you guys can sit by this little fire you made here and you can tell me about what it's like to build a fire, what you would want to have, and what you would do differently, okay?
Okay.
So those are all kind of different questions. And just so you guys know, these guys are 13. They've been doing camping, outdoors adventures with their mom and I for, well, their whole lives. They were born in Colorado, and so we've been on adventures from Colorado to California, to North Carolina, and everywhere in between. And we're passionate about the outdoors and adventures, and I want these two to know how to build a fire, how to create shelter. Last year, for our last trip to the Blue Mountains, they built an awesome teepee. I wish I'd recorded that. It was a great shelter, a sustainable shelter. They built it themselves. I've seen, people who are wilderness experts not build a shelter as nice as theirs. So kudos to them at 12 to be able to do that. And at 13 to be able to build a fire in a wet weather environment on a very, very chilly morning. So enough from me. Let's hear from you two. Danny, Bella, tell me, what was it like to build a fire? What would you do differently? And what would you pack with you if you were going to go camping, backpacking, or anything else?
I would pack with me, first of all, lint, a ferro rod, and some basic, fire starters.
Like what?
Like items I just listed.
Okay.
And
Would you pack matches, a lighter, anything like that?
I
pack
pack
a
matches.
lighter.
Okay.
And then
How nice is it to have fire,
It's nice.
right? So if you had to build a shelter like the one you built last year and then turn around and in a wet weather situation like this, or wetter conditions, it's actually very sunny and nice today, as you can see, but it's still freezing cold. How hard would that be? Because you know how long it took to build that shelter and how long it took to build a fire. How difficult would that be for someone just starting out?
Very difficult.
Why is that? Talk me through that. Like, what does it take to secure shelter and fire?
It took like 3 hours to make the shelter, and that took a lot of energy. And then if you're
3
in
hours took
survival,
like a day, bro.
no, it didn't. It took like 3 hours.
So one says a day, one says 3 hours. I would say somewhere in between. The average is probably about 5 hours to build a sustainable shelter.
And then go around and then make a fire would be pretty hard, especially if you're just starting out.
So what do you think the hardest part about building a fire is?
Keeping it going.
And going.
Getting it lit, I would say, is probably the hardest part, and then keeping it going. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Because I had mine going and then it went out.
Yeah, it's kind of just about learning how to adapt to what the fire wants. What you can do to, feed the fire is the issue typically. It's one thing to get it started. It's another thing to keep it going, especially through the night. If you're reliant on that fire for your source of warmth. And in many cases, like yesterday, we had a cougar about a half a mile from here. If you're relying on that fire for protection to keep wildlife out of your camp, you have to have it going all night. That takes a lot of wood, right? So how much wood do you think it would take? And because you guys have been gathering wood all morning, I mean, you would spend the entire day just gathering wood, huh? So
And also, it would take a while just to build the shelter, then collect a bunch of wood, and then try and start a fire. It would take pretty long and be pretty hard.
I think the next challenge we're going to do is going to be a gathering and boiling water challenge. Stay tuned for that. We're going to be hitting up a pretty exciting camping spot next month in June, and we're going to be doing a securing and boiling water challenge for that. But I think today's challenge was a success. Danny, Bella, what do you guys think? Was that fun?
Yes.
What'd you learn?
I learned,
It's hard to start a fire.
I already knew that. But
Yeah,
it's easier to start a fire in warmer weather.
For sure.
Drier.
So are you guys going to practice with the ferro rod?
Yeah.
yes.
I would practice with both of them. They're both good tools. They're both nice to have. One's a little easier than the other, but one's been used for generations and generations by Native Americans. And you know what? I think it's great to know both. Well, this is Mike with Northwest Adventures and Danny and Bella with Gigi Freshie Boy. Give a big shout out to Gigi Freshie Boy and Bella. My wife Tiffany in the background there. You guys take care. Follow our channels here on YouTube, Northwest Adventures and Gigi Freshie Boy. We appreciate you guys. Stay safe out there and have a great Memorial Day weekend. A special thanks to all those who served and didn't make it back. We love our armed forces. We love those who have served and those who have given the ultimate sacrifice. God bless. Bye.